Hey there, nerds. Welcome back. Is this Alpha 23? I don't remember anymore. I don't keep track. I'm a
This
scumbag.
should be Alpha 23.
Alpha 2 Tree. Alpha 2 Tree. I am joined here by my wonderful co host, Seth, the Faceless One Slykehouse, also known as the Third Anguis. How we doing, buddy?
Um, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. I still have this like cough, and that sucks. It's like
Mm-hmm.
not going
Yeah.
away. I'm like perpetually sick now. I think like this is just my
Welcome to
new
your
normal.
30s.
Yeah, this
Welcome
is
to
my new
30.
normal. Well, I'm 29 for a couple months yet, buddy. All
It's
right,
coming.
let's
You're
take it
there.
easy. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. I only have 3 more days of work until my long vacation in Orlando. Really
Oh,
looking
yeah?
forward to that. And I took another week off, just staying at home, just chilling before I have to go back
Yeah.
to work. So I'm off for pretty much the entire month of May, which I'm really excited about.
That is beautiful.
Especially because they have like almost no one to fill my spot at work. So
Let the chaos ensue.
yeah, let them know how valuable I am for them, for just a little bit, just a little tad.
I support it. Take as much time off as you want, buddy. You should be like Barstool, where they have unlimited vacation.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I feel like that's a really actually dangerous game, and probably no one takes vacation because of it. But they
It's
say
probably
unlimited
true.
vacation.
They probably like guilt their employees. They're like, oh, yeah, I see you put your vacation in. You sure you're going to leave Eric all alone this week?
Like, oh god.
You're gonna leave us with Eric. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're trying to make a record breaking quarter. You know how the fucking companies always say that shit.
Yeah, I could see that, but now it's always important to take your time off. I actually today took a half day at work because I was looking at apartments. I was like, I'm gonna go look at this apartment, and fuck it, I'm out.
There you
So
go.
yeah, I'm a big proponent of using your leave time. That's why you have it. Use your PTO, people.
Our baby
Use it
boy
up.
Watson just put an offer in our house and got accepted today.
Yeah, did
Yep.
he?
Yeah, I'm pissed because
What a reaction.
because this house he got is like awesome. Apparently, I mean I haven't seen the inside of it. I've only seen the outside, but apparently it's like massive. And
Yeah.
they just
Is it
accepted it, and
in?
I had to like bust my ass for months to get this house because they had so much stuff that I had to do before because I had a first time homeowners loan. And
Yeah.
if you have any like chipped paint or anything, they make it miserable for you to get a house. I mean, I was talking to you about it,
Yeah.
but with Watson, he just put an offer in. And the first house he fucking put an offer in on, he got. Me and Caitlin bid on like 4 houses before
Yeah.
we got one. So, but
Hey,
I'm happy for him.
is he going to be living in Lock Haven or Jersey Shore?
Nope, he moved to the shore. He's back in the
Okay.
homeland.
All
Me and
right.
him
Look,
both.
you returning to the nest.
Yep, me and him both. We swore we would never come back, but then we were like, you know what? House prices are pretty good in Jersey Shore, so we're back.
You know what's funny? I just looked at a house with my buddy Adam. He's like, "Hey, you should check this house out," because he's like, we're looking at rental prices and like they're essentially a mortgage out here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
to put it in context, this one, okay, it's not even a one bedroom; it's a studio, so 0 bedrooms. Rent is 10.95.
That's crazy. That's my fucking mortgage.
Yeah.
That's actually more expensive than my mortgage.
Yeah, and it's a little studio. Granted, like it's outside of a major city and a location. But fuck. And then we
Yeah.
went to look at this house, and Adam's like, "Oh yeah, this probably won't be any more than like 300,000." I'm like, "Ooh," and then we looked 425, buddy.
Oh my god. Jesus, dude, that's 4 times more expensive than my house.
Yeah,
Four
that's like
times,
that's like dizzying amounts of money.
I get so frustrated by people on the internet these days who are like not understanding like how people want to live outside the city. Like, have you seen this like the thing going
Yeah,
around?
I've seen you come at Chris a couple times for this.
Because it's fucking stupid. It's like the dumbest shit. They're like, "Oh well, don't you like convenient transportation?" It's like, no, bitch, I like my fucking car. Like, how
Yeah.
hard is that for you to understand? No, get out of here with your
What's wrong
stupid.
with having a car? I mean, well, having a car inherently is technically a bad investment because it's maintenance and it depreciates, all this other shit. But I don't like taking the bus. I don't really
No,
Uber
that's what you're
anywhere.
supposed to
I
do.
don't.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Why the fuck would I want to do that?
Have you not seen this infographic of like 50 cars and then one bus sitting next to to each other?
Yeah, but then you
And
see all the fucking videos of people getting beat up and stabbed and robbed on the bus. Like,
oh
who the
no
fuck
no no
wants to do all that?
Philadelphia is a wonderful city. Don't say
I
that.
mean,
It's a
it is a
very
wonderful city. I will
brotherly
say
love. No, it's not. Stop lying.
I
It's
do
a
love
fucking
Philly.
shithole. I
Well,
fucking
every
hate
city's a
Philadelphia.
shithole.
No, it's not. That's not true. That's not true. Boston is a beautiful city,
There are parts of
and
Boston that are sketch as fuck.
sure, parts, not the entire thing.
Well, there are parts of Philly that are nice.
Oh, Pedro, listen,
Yeah.
listen to me, you fucking New Yorker. All right, you out of stater. As soon as you cross the Philly borders, it looks like a third world country.
Well, yeah, if you're going to like Kensington or fucking or
I went
Germantown.
I went to the Philly Zoo last year.
Yeah, that's in
And
North
it's like,
Philly, bro. That's in the hood.
how is the zoo in the hood? It doesn't even make any sense.
It's in the hood. Like
You
it's
got a giraffe, and 300 feet away, you got a homeless man trying to wash my windows.
yeah, that's
Get out of
North
here.
Philly.
Go
That's
buy a
North
house,
Philly for you.
loser.
Well, they probably could in North Philly. I just don't know why you would want to.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
I
So
like my, I like my
about
backyard.
funny story about North Philly. So when I got hired as a fuck it, whatever. I'm a parole agent. Fun fact, everyone. When I got hired as at that position, they had me go to the district office to pick up my what the okay. Do you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. We're fine. We're still
Okay.
recording.
Okay.
Everything's all right.
Anyway, they had me pick up my iPad for the academy, and like this is in like the heart of North Philly, and in the middle of like a real sketch neighborhood. So that let's think that through. And they hand me this like $1,300 iPad. I'm like, great. This is gonna be the way I die today. I'm gonna get robbed for this fucking iPad that I don't want.
And it
So,
had to be an iPad too, huh?
yeah, it had to be an iPad because you had to use it for like the academy. So yeah, fun fact. That was my
You know
first
what
like Philly
pisses
experience.
me
Was
off?
in North Philly.
What pisses me off is Apple users. All right, these Apple fanboys who like refuse to accept any criticism towards Apple. But hey, Apple a couple years ago came out with $1,000 monitor stand, and it did nothing fancy.
What?
They did. They I'm gonna look it up right now.
Wow, did you pay
Disgusting.
$1,000 for a monitor stand?
Apple monitor stand. The Pro stand is what it's called. It's $1,000, Pedro.
No, that's not okay.
$1,000. No. This is fine. It's Apple. It's high quality product. I got a guy at work who buys a new Apple Watch every year.
Why?
I said, why do you do that? Well, I just like to stay up to date on technology. No, you don't, because you buy Apple products, buddy. How about that?
Out of curiosity, so here's my thing, because I think smartwatch users are weird.
I do too.
What's the point of a smartwatch? Like for what?
I know. This is my question to everyone who has a smartwatch. They say it's
in your
for
pocket.
convenience.
The phone's in your pocket. What's
they say it's for
convenient
convenience. They're too lazy to reach into their pocket and pull out their phone.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Was that Chrono? Did you get him?
Yeah, he saw the pillow coming.
Fucking Chrono.
He was chasing our other cat around, being a complete asshole.
Gotta love it. But
he's gotten fat now, by the way. He's huge.
Yeah, I've seen Chrono. I've seen him fucking waddle into the shot sometimes.
Well, yeah. So like because we're gonna be gone, we started open feeding them.
Oh,
he just
fuck.
He
went to town.
Yeah, well, he was getting really skinny because we put him on a diet, and he like lost all kinds of weight because that's what the vet recommended. And now he's like beefed up again. So when we get back from Disney, I'm gonna have to slim him down again. He's not gonna
start taking him for walks.
I'm not gonna be the weirdo who walks my cat.
I mean, let's say one of us dated a weirdo who walked their cat. We're not gonna say that, but anyway, moving along.
Yikes.
So with the real estate market, I was telling my buddy Adam, like, there's no way I'm touching real estate out here. What do you like? I can't afford $425,000 mortgage. Or what?
Yeah, who can? No one can. That's ridiculous.
I don't. Well, there's like all these. I'm like, what do these people do? Like, what do these people do for work? Does everyone just work in the business sector and make fucking $500,000 a year down here? Like, jeez.
They probably bought houses in the Rocky era when Philadelphia was a nice
I
town.
fucking hope so. But yeah, like the real estate market down here is like horrifying. So I commend you boys for being able to live the American dream right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I can't wait for you to come back so we can set you up with a house. It's gonna happen. All right, Pedro Carrasquillo, Central PA, having a house. It's gonna happen.
Let's make it happen. I'm in. Ah, man. So let's get into the nitty gritty. you told me you took a break from the Kiseki series.
I did. I
You're on
did.
break.
Yeah, I am. So what I've been playing this week, it's been clawing at me. It's been nagging at me since I switched over to the Kiseki games. I never beat Xenoblade 3. I got to the last mission and I set it down because I was over it. So I picked it up, and this is the conversation we were having earlier in the week where I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to force myself to play games because it takes the enjoyment out of it. So I'm picking up Xenoblade 3. And I started getting back in the groove. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not dreading this anymore. So I'm kind of playing it, and I beat it. And let me tell you, Pedro, I fucking hate this game. Like I do.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was
Last we
vibing
talked, you
with
were like,
it.
I was enjoying it.
Yep, I was vibing with it, and then the story portions kicked in, and these dumb fucking characters kicked in, and I was like, I can't take it, man. I hate the plot of Xenoblade 3,
I keep
especially
hearing
the
that.
end. Especially the end, dude. The ending is so obnoxious, and I can't rant about why I don't like it without spoiling the game. But let's just say it does one of my all-time gaming sins
Oh.
and plot sins. All right, and I just can't handle that. And they tried to like make it better with some like dialogue and like explanation, um, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you did it and you messed up because I just wasted 70 hours of my life. Um,
Mm.
so, but I wanted to beat that because the DLC came out yesterday, and I wanted to play the DLC because it brought back some old characters. And I want to see where the story's going with that. And I'm really enjoying the DLC a lot more than the main game, mainly because of the characters, dude. I mean, like, come on, the one chick in the original Xenoblade 3 is like wearing Air Jordans, and I just why are you doing this? You don't fit in this world, you know. And they're wearing like bomber jackets and stuff. I'm like, get out of here. But what I will say is, um, the DLC seems to be going in a lot better direction than the main game. And the main game, one of my biggest issues with it is it's very artsy and interpretive with the way it delivers its plot, and it's not an actual plot. Like I feel the same way about like artsy movies where you're supposed
Mm.
to like watch them and like interpret them. I'm like, I don't want to do that, right? Just tell me. I don't want to interpret your movie because like there's a lot of messages in this movie about or this game about like moving forward into the future and like letting go of the present and not being scared to like grow up, right? And I'm
So,
like, shut up.
is that the creator saying like, I do not want to make any more of these fucking games?
I don't know. I don't know why they did this because the
That's
first
what it
game and the
sounds
second
like.
game were not like this. But this one was like very interpretive, and it's supposed you're like I don't know, man. It's stupid. I can't stand this game. I hope they make
So,
Xenoblade 4, which is a actual direct sequel to Xenoblade 2.
well, from the way you're talking, I don't think they're gonna make any more.
No, they could. They could. The way they set it up, they could make a Xenoblade 4, but
Oh god.
I hope they do because the story. I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it without spoiling it. Right, the story can continue in the same way it could continue after Xenoblade 2.
Okay.
All right, and it wouldn't change things. So I'm hoping they make a Xenoblade 4 with an actual continuation, but the DLC has some of the old characters in it too, so maybe they just get stabbed to death horribly. I don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Oh man. So
Oh,
you've been playing.
yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not done. I'm not done.
Oh, he's not done, ladies and
I'm not
gentlemen.
done.
He's not done.
I also installed, and we're gonna keep this on the DL, ladies and gentlemen. All right, don't tell your friends. I also installed a Switch emulator on my PC, right? And I wanted to see how it could, because I'm keep hearing that you can make Switch games look really good on your computer. So I installed Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on that Switch emulator, and oh my god, it looks phenomenal. It really does. Like all the annoying, I can't think of the name right now, and it's disgusting because I went to school for video game development. All the annoying like anti-aliasing issues that the games have. I forget the opposite of anti-aliasing is, but it's taken away because you can the emulator has built-in anti-aliasing, and you can upres them to like higher resolutions, and it looks really good. So I think from now on, I might be playing Switch games on my PC.
Illegally, right?
No, I am putting cards into card readers and ripping my own
Yeah,
Switch games and
yeah,
playing that legally. So.
yeah.
By the way, did you see this? Did you see this nonsense about the guy who went to jail, the Doug Bowser who went to jail? I think his name's Doug Bowser, and he has to pay Nintendo a shitload of money for the rest of his life.
Is this the dude who accidentally got a game on Street Date or something like this?
Um,
What'd
this is
he
the
do?
dude. This is the dude who was. Now Doug Bowser's the president of Nintendo. This is the
I thought.
dude that Nintendo sued out the ass for like hacking.
Oh, for hacking. I
Yeah,
thought this dude. I remember hearing a story about a dude who like got a game early and like was posting that he got it, that he was playing it online or some shit like that, and they sued the fuck out of him.
Gary Bowser is his name. Doug Bowser's the president. Weird
Uh,
coincidence there that they
that is
both are
weird.
Nintendo related. Um, but all he did was sell hacks for video games, and he owes Nintendo $10 million.
And he was isn't he like a big Nintendo fan too, or was he?
I guess the agreement with them is that the maximum they can take is between 25 to 30% of my yearly gross income. I have
Oh
like
my
6 months before I have to start making payment.
god!
That's disgusting, dude. I'm sorry, Nintendo. Fuck off. Like this. This is so messed up.
Wow. What was he
Get.
selling hacks to?
Let me see the IGN article here.
He had to do something that like pissed them off because I feel like that for them to do that.
He was creating and selling devices that host pirated games.
Yeah.
He. It's short of the five. Yeah. So he went to jail,
Yeah.
and now he has to pay Nintendo $10 million. Nintendo didn't lose $10 million on
No.
his thing. And you know what? Shut up, Nintendo. If you guys released your games reasonably, then maybe this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Assholes. You know what? You deserve it. Fuck you, Nintendo. I'm sick of it.
I mean, that guy had to know something was gonna happen. I didn't think jail and $10 million, but like,
No, Nintendo's like, we're gonna ruin your life. It's over.
yeah,
Have
no,
fun,
they definitely they
bitch.
fucked him over. Yeah. So yeah, that was like when Bungie fucking yeeted a fucking dude. Remember the dude who was like,
Just for hacking
yeah,
their
but that guy
game.
was an asshole.
Yeah, but Jesus. This episode is going to be called "Corporate Dystopian Futures." By the way, like
speaking of
we have a lot to talk about.
speaking of corporate fucking dystopian futures and like fucking Skynet taking over, how do you feel about the Snapchat AI that installed itself on your
Oh, I've been having fun like messing with it. Like I was trying to get it to break today by asking it who would win in a professional wrestling match, it or Chat GPT. And I was like role playing like the match, and it's like, I'm a chatbot AI. I don't have a body to perform in a professional wrestling match. Hypothetically, though, if it were speaking, I would dodge its missile dropkick and sweep its leg, and then I'm like, all right, it's down on the mat. How do you proceed the match? And it's like, um, you know, I cannot perform a wrestling match because I don't have a body. Hypothetically, though, I would go from rope to rope and drop an elbow, and then I would just keep going, right? It
That's
was pretty awesome.
awesome.
It was pretty awesome. But I don't know. I think AI, like this whole AI thing, like don't I don't understand why people don't understand we need to pump the brakes. Like, is this not obvious? The smartest people in the world are telling you to pump the brakes, but we're not. And now, like, and dude, the AI art is getting so good that it's
Yeah.
really, truly hard to start telling the difference now. And this has happened in 6 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And guess what? Now we got Ubisoft incorporating AI into their chat, and we all thought that AI was going to take over the blue collar jobs, but it's taking a completely different direction where like the AI is completely taking over the liberal arts jobs. And I don't know what to do about that. Like, fuck you guys, I guess, because
Yeah.
they're the same ones that made the AI software. So
Yeah, I don't know. I think I could see AI being useful in like a degree. Like I want AI to be as useful as like my current Alexa. Like play me some music, tell me what the fucking weather is, let me know if I got a package coming. Other than that, don't create things. Don't do that. I don't want to have a conversation with you because that's
Oh,
weird.
these things are able to write essays at a collegiate level.
Yeah, see, that's fucked up. Like that's not okay. Like how many kids right now are using their Chat GP to fucking do their homework? I wonder.
Tons, dude,
And but
tons.
then like how are you gonna even catch that? You use Chat GP. Hey, Chat GP, see if this was written by Chat GP. Like, you,
We're gonna see some policy, I think, in the next couple years about um having to announce that something's AI created. I guarantee it. It's coming. If it's art, it's gonna have to be like generated by
yeah,
whatever. And if it's an essay, it's gonna be there. If it's news, it has to, because it's
yeah.
proceeded so quickly that it's so clear this is going to create massive issues in everything we do.
Now, where well, I will say that I'm excited about AIs is in the video game space where I think translations are going to be a lot easier to do, or I'm hoping so. So like
Maybe.
games that, yeah, like stuff like that, like practical applications of the of the AI would make sense. But yeah, like I don't know, I don't like the whole teched out future we're heading to because like I told you when I was in the Amazon Fresh store, you're on fucking camera everywhere, buddy. Like Big Brother's watching,
Oh yeah,
and it was
absolutely.
able to track that I was in the store for 24 minutes. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's getting pretty wild, and I don't know. I just it scares me because it's so clear like the future we're heading towards, and I don't know what people want. Like, do people want us to just like sit in pods all day and not have to do literally anything? Because that's kind of
What's
what it seems like.
what's the point of living at that point?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a really cool movie called like Brain Warp, I think it's called, or Mind Warp, and it's about this. And these people, or this one girl, finally escapes like this whole like city, and she goes outside. And it's like a barren desert wasteland, like filled with goblins and like underground people and stuff. It's pretty cool.
um, I don't know. Every like media based thing we deal with AI, it always goes poorly, and they always end up fucking like I don't know, killing us off.
Yeah, it was Mind Warp. It stars Bruce Campbell, by the way. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these like mole people drag her underground and like try to breed with her and stuff. It's pretty wild.
Oh, those fucking mole people. All right, so
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah. What have you been doing?
I so I've been basically fully engrossed in Trails the whole series. Like I've been in there. I finished the Northern War anime,
Oh, I'm like halfway through.
which
What
I
do you think?
enjoyed it. I found it to be enjoyable.
Nice.
I enjoyed my time in there. Fully objectively speaking, probably didn't need an anime to tell me that story. That's a kind of a yeah. I mean, like I said, it wasn't bad. It just I don't know if it was necessary.
It struck me
And
as a way to just generate hype, I think,
yeah,
for the Trail series in general.
I do like the opening song though. That's fire. But anyway, um, then I finished Trails in the Sky second chapter. Beat that,
What are your
and
overall thoughts?
I really liked that game. I really enjoyed myself. Um, I felt that I think the end kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit for me,
I agree.
uh, but I thought the end was easy too. I didn't really, nothing was really a threat to me.
In that final like dungeon area,
Yeah, nothing was really like
yeah.
we were
People were
fucking
saying,
fucking shit up in
uh,
that last part.
Low was the hardest fight in the game. I really didn't think so.
What was the hardest fight? I mean, I don't think he was.
Now, I mean, I could be wrong though, but none of the fights were really that difficult for me. Now, you said you had some trouble with one of the optional bosses, right?
Yeah, because this fucking thing kept like draining your CP and EP, and it kept like healing itself. And but I think I handicapped myself because I did it in the chapter where you had to use the zero art generator.
Hmm.
So like, had I done it with regular arts, because I think that was the hardest part. Like had I done it with being able to use arts, I probably would have wrecked that boss. But not being
Hmm.
able to use arts was a hurt piece. But I moved on to Trails in the Sky, the third, and I can see why this is a divisive game.
Me too.
Um, just the structure of the game. While I initially had a gripe with it, you go to so many different areas that you don't really, I don't really personally feel like that I didn't get to explore or anything like that. Uh hmm. They, I will say the writing is ham-fisted. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. It's a weird game, right? Because
Yeah.
Trails has a very like specific structure and game type that's followed by all three arcs, and this one game just like tosses that out the window and tried something
Mm-hmm.
completely different. And I can see why people are like, "Oh, you can skip it, or um, you can, just like rush through it or whatever." But I just, I don't feel like you can because I feel like it sets up a lot of like backstory.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Um,
It sets up a lot of backstory, a lot of context for a lot of characters. Certain
yeah,
characters get closure. The only thing I don't like is I don't know how far into it you got, but there's a certain structure of like side stories and how to do them,
yeah.
which gets a little vague. So sometimes like I went to like a certain one that's like, bring me this person. I'm like, who the what? So I had to look up like what the fuck they meant. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Uh, but I will say, and maybe this is a combo of both. Like maybe just me being under leveled. But there was a certain fight I just did like maybe an hour or two ago that we struggled to finish this guy off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was like we were struggling because
uh,
either his defense was really high. I don't know what was going on, but like we were struggling.
um, and one thing I will say is I know this is divisive. I think Kevin is a phenomenal character. I
I
love
love
Kevin,
Kevin. Yeah,
dude.
who doesn't like Kevin?
People don't like the way he's written or something like that. I don't
Why?
know. I don't know. But his ending at the end of the second chapter, I was like,
Oh yeah,
yes, that is sweet, dude. Yeah,
yeah,
Kevin's an OG. He
yeah. And
I
I
love
like
him.
Kevin. There's a character that they add in the third that I don't really care for, but
Oh, they add a character in the third.
yeah. Well, you should meet her pretty. She's probably already in your party.
Probably. I mean, if I'm thinking, but she's not a new character.
No, I wouldn't consider her new, but and then I thought so initially I thought with the game, it was gonna be like an ensemble cast, like it was to me it was like the Legend of Tomorrow of the fucking Trails games,
Yeah,
and then it stopped doing that, and like certain characters pop up, where you're like, okay, why are you here? And then like I said with the ham-fisted writing, a s- I don't want to spoil it, but it's almost like obvious of who certain people are and what's gonna
hmm.
happen. It's just like, okay, we're gonna just do that again. Okay, we're gonna run it back.
Yeah. I don't know. I know what you're talking about, and I was like, well, I guess this is Trails. I guess, but
Yeah, and then what makes it worse is that they do the same fucking thing in the Cold Steel arc, which I'm like,
yep,
that
the
makes it.
exact same thing. The exact same thing. Wow, are we just like copying, like storylines in the different trilogies? I guess we'll find out when we play the Zero series, huh? The Crossbell arcs.
Yeah. So so I don't know where I'm gonna go next. I'm like 25 hours into the game. I think I'm at the end. The game takes about 30 hours. It's a pretty short game,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Part of me is 50-50. I'm like, do I jump back in the Crossbell, like, or do we gotta like take a little break here?
I
Because
say play it by ear. If
yeah,
you're feeling a little exhausted, take a little break. Play something in between because
yeah, that's what
that's
I'm
what I
leaning
did.
towards.
Because like I mean, Jedi Survivor's coming out in 2 hours. I already have that bad boy preloaded. I'm probably gonna be playing that. Not gonna play it on my Steam Deck though. I was gonna play it on my Steam Deck, but I decided to play it on PS5 because apparently the PC is having serious issues with this game.
Mm,
Which is something we should probably talk about at some point. I'm just sick of it, dude. I'm sick of like all these games being release broken. It's like
yeah,
out of control.
yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm like 50-50. Part of me wants to take a break, but then part of me wants to feels like I can get completely caught up for Hajimari on my birthday.
When is
But
Hajimari's release date?
July 7th, bro.
Okay, so we got 2 months pretty much.
Yeah. And I feel like I can bang out 2 Trails games in 2 months. But I also don't like. I'm not at the point where I'm ruining the enjoyment for myself. Like I'm still enjoying Trails in the Sky the Third. Like I like a lot of the characters. I love being able to use kind of different combinations of characters. Uh, but then I also don't like is where certain criteria, like, oh, you have to use this specific character, and if it's somebody you don't use, you're in for some problems because
That's
it's too many characters. There's too many fucking characters to manage in this game. It has the Trails of Cold Steel 4 problem.
yeah. Well, that's how I felt about the end of second chapter. Where like there was certain, I don't know if you did it or not. I don't know if you looked at a guide, but if you brought different characters to those different
You
fights
get
at the end of
different
the game,
you get different dialogue.
yeah. So I did that, but a lot of those characters I hadn't used because I had my main
Yeah.
party, and that's what I wanted to use, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
had to like grind for a little bit, and thankfully the trail system allows you to level up like lower
Yeah.
characters pretty quickly because they get more XP. But
Mm-hmm.
a character like Tita, who I never use because I think she's super annoying,
Yeah.
I had to really like work her out. But also, by the way, her mom may be the most annoying character in the entire series.
Yeah.
Can't take it. I am so tempted to just skip her entire side stories because I'm like I hate this character, but I don't
Yeah.
struggle through it.
I I'm debating if I want to just like do the side stories or just YouTube them. I haven't decided what I want
Yeah,
to do. What I did in the second chapter when I ran into that, when I noticed like um, I fought a certain member of a certain society. He's like, "You didn't bring X, Y, and Z." It was like, "Oh, YouTube." Like,
yeah,
okay, like dialogue
yeah.
wasn't that different. The only one that was like vastly different was when you fight Mr. Direwolf there,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah.
that
That
was
was
fucking
sweet.
awesome.
Yeah, that was sweet.
I love I don't know why I love it when they like they don't even animate the cuss. He's just like the pixels fucking going at
Hmm.
it, and I think it's fucking great.
Well, see, that's how I knew I had a problem with Xenoblade 3, right? Because
Mhm.
Xenoblade 3 kind of has a similar structure to like situations in games we love, where like the villain's taunting you and like
Mhm.
outwardly like stretching out like your hatred for him, and then like
Yeah.
it's time to go. Like
Mhm.
the boss fight happens, it's time to trade
You get a set
hands,
of hands on him.
and I felt nothing. And I was like, all right, this game sucks.
Yeah. Oh, I will say I don't know if you ran into this in the Trails in this SC, but in the third game, bosses have a really bad fucking habit of this. Is they'll cast a super on the first turn. Yeah,
That's rough.
I've had it happen several times where like I fought a certain boss and actually so I fought a certain boss that you and I have a massive problem with this character inherently, and he fucking he'll start the boss fight off, he'll cast his super and basically almost one shot your entire team. Like you're like
Yeah.
three out of four characters will be dead.
Yep.
And like I lost to him like 3 times. And like if you the first time you lose to him, the game's like it gives you the option retry on easy. So
Yeah.
like they know they up the difficulty for that fight because of who
Yeah.
it is.
Ren did that to me. She casted her ultimate in the first turn and
Yeah,
just
she did it to me.
decimated. I was
Yeah,
like,
she did it to
"What
me too.
the fuck? This is bullshit."
She did it to me 3 straight times. Like I would like wipe, then did it again, wipe, and then like
Mhm.
finally I just used Kevin's super to fucking survive it. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking god.
Yep. Crazy.
Yeah. So and I
Oh.
don't know that. So I'm like I said, I'm enjoying it, but we're definitely debating if we want to jump right into Crossbell. So I don't know.
There's your
Definitely,
weekly there's your weekly Kiseki update.
yeah, definitely worthwhile though. Those of you guys getting into the Trail series, we recommend playing Trails in the Sky. Don't start with Cold Steel if you can.
Don't be idiots like us.
Yeah, don't be
Despite what you
idiots.
read online.
All right, so getting into the meat and potatoes of the show here, I see, I see that Hasbro hired the Pinkertons to
Yeah.
raid an innocent man's house with guns because they accidentally sent him a set of magic cards.
Let me just take the reins on this one here, Pedro. All right, because I
Yeah,
got some
walk me
issues.
through this.
I have some serious issues. All right, and I don't like listen. Why the fuck do companies have to put me in this situation where I have to be like, I think you might be on my banned list forever. All right, so here's what happens. These warehouse workers or whoever's at the Hasbro facilities at Wizards of the Coast, right? They accidentally put the wrong cards in the wrong box and sent it to this poor man's home, or they sent it to the store, and then this poor man bought it at the store, right? He does a TikTok unboxing of them. They realize that, oh, this guy has unreleased cards. The cards were coming out in 2 weeks, 2 fucking weeks. All right. So they hire one of the most prolific union buster companies. They're private organization. They're essentially like Blackwell, like private military.
Yeah.
They call themselves detectives, despite their long bloody history of killing people for money. And they're called the Pinkertons. Now, a lot of people will know these are the bad guys in Red Dead Redemption 2. So these Pinkertons show up to this man's home, all right, armed, and his wife answers the door, right, and they tell him like, "Hey, we're here to recover stolen goods."
Fucking
So she
A.
tries to tell them to wait outside and closes the door, right? They fucking force their way in.
How's that legal?
It's not, Pedro. It's fucking not. It's super illegal, all right? They force their way in and force this family to give them back the magic cards that they legally bought at the store. They're paid by Hasbro, by the way. I just want to reiterate that. Paid by
God.
Hasbro, biggest toy company in the world. The makers of fucking your favorite board games and Dungeons of the Dragons. Actually, they didn't make it, they stole it, but whatever. So let me just run down a couple of the accomplishments that the Pinkertons have. So we can really realize the dire situation. And I gathered these accomplishments from Pearlmania 500 on TikTok and the Vogue article written about them. Industrialists use them to spy on unions or act as guards and strikebreakers, and detectives clash with workers on several occasions. Steelworkers at Robber Baron, Andrew Carnegie's steel mill in Homestead, Pennsylvania, refused to ratify a new union contract that cut their wages. So Carnegie's agent, the rabidly anti-union Henry Frick, ridiculous last name,
Yeah.
fired all 3,800 of them and brought in 300 Pinkertons to occupy the property. The workers and Pinkerton detectives fought in a 12-hour gun battle. After 3 of their own and at least 7 workers were killed, the Pinkertons surrendered, but ultimately the strike collapsed. Moving on. They proudly note their role in going after Old West outlaws Jesse James and Butch Cassidy, but don't mention that their operatives were suspected of brutally maiming James' mother and killing his 9-year-old and a half brother on an 1870 raid on James' house. You think we're done? We're not done.
No.
The Great Railroad Strike of 1877, when Pinkertons worked as infiltrators in a months-long open conflict that left over 100 people dead. They are known to
Jesus
drop
Christ.
bombs on the side of mountains, right?
Oh.
To take out
Right.
organizations and
Yeah,
people.
cause
Yep,
what?
yep.
Wow.
Just and here's the kicker: they are banned from federal work. In 1893, the Anti-Pinkerton Act was passed in Congress, preventing the Pinkertons from working for the U.S. government. It's still in effect today. Hired by Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast.
That's fucking insane.
So, like, normally I just like brush aside all like the late stage capitalism people, the pro, communist assholes that are out there. But like, if the
Yeah.
U.S. government doesn't say something about this, like, we really are living in a fucking like totalitarian corporative hell. I don't know what else to say. Like,
Where they can just raid your fucking house. Like, yo, you couldn't have bought it. Like, go raid the fucking people who sold it to them. What the fuck?
this is a cyberpunk situation. Like that's what
For
this is.
sure.
And I
They
don't
sent the fucking
understand.
Pinkertons.
I don't understand how like this was allowed and how by the way, if they were doing this to the wrong home, that would have been a fucking situation.
Yeah, it'd have been a
Because
fucking whole
like
shootout.
yeah, like can you imagine them showing up to my dad's door because I bought the wrong magic cards? Like my dad would have fucking blasted them into oblivion, you know?
Your
Like
dad would have been so excited.
yeah, he'd have been like, "Oh, like thanks for stepping on my fucking landmine." Boop, blasting to hell, you know? I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
That's
And
fucking wild.
also, this guy who like let them like walk into your home and act like this, you're a giant pussy. First off, you know, like fuck off. If someone showed up to my door and acting like that, I'd be like, all right, well, what's up then? Are we
Yeah.
trading hands? Like, what's happening?
Right. Yeah. No, if you come to my door and you're not a cop or like you don't have a warrant or something like that to be in my house, you're gonna tell me you're gonna take my shit. Yeah. Fuck off, dude.
Yeah, like we're
Come earn it.
yeah, exactly. Come earn it. I'm taking my shirt off, and so you can get a good look at the body. That's gonna absolutely fold you. Like it's not happening. You know?
Yeah, that's
God,
wild, man. How is that
yeah.
legal? I can't, there's no way
It's
that's
not.
legal.
It's not. It's not legal. It's illegal as fuck.
Yeah, how
But
is someone not in jail? Someone needs to be in jail.
it's the fucking Pinkertons. They've been getting away with like these acts since the beginning of history. Well, not that's not true.
Didn't they sue? Weren't they like pretty pissed off about how they were depicted in Red Dead? I'm pretty sure I remember like hearing some discourse.
I'm sure, but the fucking reality of it is true. And,
Like, hey,
like these
you
are
guys are
things these
giant
guys have
dickheads.
done. So apparently, this isn't the first time the Pinkertons have been dispatched to retrieve Magic the Gathering cards. This is from the Gizmodo article. Sources who are unwilling to share their names for fear of retribution by Wizards of the Coast told IO9 that back in 2017, Pinkerton employees were sent out to investigate the theft of an uncut sheet of foil cards for the upcoming major expansion. It doesn't look like there's any and Scott Kelly because it just says there apparently there wasn't a big blow up about that. But at
No,
any
nobody wanted any
time,
smoke.
dude, anytime a private company hires a private military group, which let's be honest, that's what
A
they are,
PMC baby.
they should fucking be held accountable for it. You cannot do that. You
Like,
can't do it.
what the fuck? Like, is Hasbro run by like cartoon characters? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like evil cigar smoking cartoon characters. That's what they are.
I cannot believe like, that story is wild. So,
According
like,
to Wizards of the Coast, the company initiated several phone calls to the individual in order to make contact.
oh, we tried to call you,
Though,
bro.
though we understand why he would be reluctant to answer an unknown number. When we were unable to make contact by phone, local contractors were asked to try and make contact and request help in the investigation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, request help. So they sent the fucking PMC to go fucking raid your shit.
Yep. Fuck Hasbro. I don't like this. Can we ever spend money on a Hasbro product again? I don't think so.
Well, so like if you buy anything Magic the Gathering, then I guess you're giving Hasbro money, right?
Magic the Gathering, D&D, any of the Hasbro own merchandise.
Yeah, so I don't give them money as it is. So hey, I've been voting for my wallet with my wallet for years.
I'm
Like,
trying to
that's
find
insanity.
I'm trying to find Hasbro's official response and I can't seem to find it. But they said something ridiculous like, "Oh, we vehemently reject these accusations and it wasn't that bad," and
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's fucking crazy, dude. Wow. So they fucking just go in and raid your shit.
Wizards of the Coast says it strongly refutes this depiction of events, which contradicts both the report from the investigation as well as the conversation between the individuals and Wizards of the Coast representative after the interaction in question. First off, it doesn't matter. You guys hired a private company to come and retrieve this stuff that this man legally bought from a store. Fuck you. Like,
Yeah,
it's not happening.
he's under no legal obligation to give that back to them.
No, it's ridiculous. And this is just like the most
I'm just like
blatant.
thinking about
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
know.
that's he doesn't.
No, he's not. But like they forced their way in with fucking armed. Like
Yeah, he should be
w- w-
suing.
absolutely he should. Absolutely. And you know who's writing these articles? Kotaku,
Oh,
Polygon,
God.
Gizmodo, IO9. You know who's not writing these fucking articles? The New York Times. Wall Street Journal. Who should
Yeah, they're
be?
not reporting on this shit. Yeah.
Probably because the Pinkertons are working for them too, in all kinds of shit. Like, let's be honest. If Hasbro is hiring the Pinkertons to go out and intimidate people
Yeah,
like
who else
this,
isn't? Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's some straight like out of fucking like you said out of Cyberpunk, out of Quantum Break, like fucking comically evil corporation. Wow.
I will firebomb my own house before I let some fucking dickbag corporate scum in my house to try and retrieve property. Like, nuh-uh.
Yeah, no,
We'll
no
we'll
way.
all I will lock the door behind you. We'll all burn together, bitch.
Yeah, no way.
I'm fucking
No
crazy.
way. I'm fucking crazy. Wow. I don't even know how to follow that up. That's a bombshell.
Yeah.
I will say that is a fucking bombshell. So, ironically, did you play Red Dead 2? I did not.
I played the opening and thought it was boring,
Yeah,
so I put it down.
I think I watched Watson play it. Other than that, never touched it. But this leads me to like our next topic here: games that we relate to.
Games
Like,
that we relate to.
yeah, so like things you missed out on. So for me, I'll bat lead off here. It's Near. I was late as fuck to the Near series.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, famously, we both relate to Kiseki / Trails, so we don't need to get into that. East is another one I was late to. First East game I ever beat was Memories of Celset on the Vita. And I was like,
People
yo,
still
this
say it's the
series.
best one.
Dude, that game's fucking phenomenal. There's
Yeah,
a
people say it's the
PS4.
best one.
There's a PS4 version. Split.
I have it.
Yeah. So was late to that. Trying to think of what else. Oh, okay. So for me, probably the famous one was late as fuck to Yakuza. Wow, did we miss that one?
Yeah, I
Fucking
remember.
that's like one of my favorite series ever right now.
I tried Kiwami originally, and then you were like, you know what, you should go back and try that, and you kept telling me about it, so I did, and I loved Yakuza Kiwami. I had a blast with it.
Yeah, because I bought Kiwami because it was like it was what made me buy it was like it was a cheap. I was like in my steelbook phase where I love steelbooks. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like this is coming out as a steelbook, and then I played it. I'm like, yo, this game's fucking dope. And then what really cemented me was Yakuza 0, which was chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kiwami 2 came out, and then they were like we were just getting them right in a row, right in a row, right in a row, right in a row. And then I love the Lost Judgment games. So what was it? What was that last year we lived together? 2019.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So I was like that's when I played Judgment, or what is it? Yeah, Judgment Eyes or whatever. I forget the first one's called. I think it's Judgment.
Yeah,
And
Judgment sounds great.
I remember playing that, and like that game was so good. That was my game of the year of 2019 because that game was so good.
Yeah, I remember you loving that. I also remember you playing Fist of the North Star around that time as
Fuck
well.
yeah, dude. Yeah, and that's the same. That's another game that's like basically a Yakuza game, but with the
Mm-hmm.
Fist of the North Star like IP on it. And that I loved that game. That game was everything as a Fist of the North Star fan, everything and you could have ever fucking wanted. Because you were Kenshiro, like you were fighting guys who were like practitioners of other shit, and then you fought the four brothers of Hokuto Shinden. Like, dude, it's fucking dope. And I miss those games. I'm sad that Yakuza went to like a turn-based style, but I
Mm-hmm.
gotta play it before I get formulate an opinion. So that was what I was thinking of actually playing next. Was like a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Get come because I think I'm just gonna skip 4 and 5. I didn't like 4. We lost a lot of steam in 4. Dude, you give me
Now,
5 protagonists. Fuck off.
yeah, that's too much. That's way too much. Absolutely too much. But so you did. I thought you played 6 already, right?
Yeah, I beat 6.
That's what I thought. So you just skipped 4 and 5.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, are you gonna try 5?
I heard 5's good, so I may try 5, but 4 we're out. But yeah, I really like the Yakuza games. I want to get the new ones, like the new one that came out, the Ishin, the one that's like in the Meiji era.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
We're getting a
really,
lot
really
of
want that
samurai
game.
games.
I know we're getting so many of them right in a row now that it's like hard to keep up.
Um, for
What
me,
about
I
you,
was
buddy?
see. For me, I was gonna say the Kiseki games, like we talked about, we relate to,
Yeah,
um, and also Xenogears. I mean, I was super late to Xenogears. I
I'm
didn't
still
play
late to
Xenogears
Xenogears.
until 15 years later, but it was like a life changing game for me. I absolutely
I need to
loved
play it.
Xenogears.
I feel like I've been like we're at truancy at this point for me, but
Truancy. Um, yeah, and I don't know if we're gonna talk about games we relate to that we thought that they were overhyped, but Half Life for me.
you thought it
I
was
don't get
overhyped.
I don't get why Half Life is so beloved. I can play old games, and I play
Yeah,
Half Life, and I'm just a giant snorefest. I'm like, I don't get it. This
I
doesn't make sense.
think so. With Half Life, and this is probably gonna be a controversial take, but fuck off. Uh, I find Half Life to be in the same boat as like Shenmue, where for its time it was like revolutionary, like with the physics and the stuff and the creativity. But like games have done what Half Life does way better. Like Prey to me is better than Half Life. but or even BioShock. So like at the time though, that type of shooter was very unique. But what killed Half-Life, I thought, it ran well on PC. PS2 version not great. And then the orange box, which fun fact is a rare. Well, I wouldn't say rare, but it's an expensive game now. Yeah, if you have the orange box, it's like a $60 PS3 game right now.
I had it at one point. I think I got rid of it at one
So did
point.
I. I don't know what I did with it.
Did my purge.
But we overhyped these games because I think the nostalgia holding on to them. Because like people do the same thing with Shenmue. People are like, oh, the first Shenmue is great, but I equate Shenmue to like being a Cowboys fan. Either you love it or you fucking hate it. There's no in between. And I'm one who like I don't like Shenmue. I'm not a Shenmue guy, but without Shenmue, I wouldn't have Yakuza. So it's like, hey,
Yeah. The one for me, you already mentioned it, was Nier Automata. I played Nier Automata like 4 years late after everyone was done talking about it, and absolutely fell in love with it. I think it's a
I'm still late.
fantastic game.
So what I did was I have Nier Automata. I think I have the Game of the Yorha edition laying around somewhere. But then when the Replicant game came out, I started playing that, and then I just never went. I got like 15 hours into it, and just never went back. So like I need to. I want to finish Replicant and then get into Automata. I just want because I'm like you. Obviously, we're both big fans of Trails, so like we both like getting the full scope of the story, and I can't not play prequels or I can't not play side stories, and yeah, it's just I need to play that whole thing. So like that's one I'm like.